See, what you need to understand about the manifestation process is that you're taught it backwards. You're taught that you need to visualize and meditate and script and journal and do all these techniques. Don't get me wrong, I meditate and I tell people to visualize. However, what I'm going to tell you is that the manifestation process is backwards. You don't want to manifest because you're always manifesting. You don't necessarily control the manifestation process. It's the spirit, the peace of God that is within you that manifests. And so what you need to focus on is, instead of trying to manifest and try to do techniques to convince yourself that you manifest, is what you would rather want to do is have an identity that already has the desire. You see, when you already have the desire, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to try. You don't need to convince yourself. You don't need to work harder. You just are that version of yourself that already has the desire. And as it says in scripture, Mark 11:24, when you pray for something, you pray for it as if you already received it. And it also says in Psalm 23, the Lord is your shepherd. You do not lack. You do not want. Universally, the universe speaks in two languages. You sit in two chairs. Well, you cannot sit in two chairs. You cannot exist with the desire and without the desire. You have to pick a side. You have to pick a chair. And so the question becomes, do you believe that you have the desire? Do you believe that it is already yours? Because if you actually want to manifest it, then instead of trying to convince yourself that it can happen or it will happen or that it might happen, you need to start walking as if you already have it, despite the circumstances. Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed by the world, but be renewed by a transformation of your mind. And so what I'm trying to explain to you, right, through trial and error of my own journey, is that I've created my life through identity, not manifestation. I decided and picked and made a decision in the present moment of the identity of the version of me who had everything already. And then as a conduit, reality gave me everything because I decided that I was that version of myself. I am that I am. Exodus 3:14, God's name is I am. And so you need to decide in the present moment who you actually are, despite the circumstances, despite non-conforming, because you do not need to conform once you understand that the creative process happens in the present moment. You do not have to try to convince yourself to be anything that you are not, because you are not the one that manifests. The God within you, your connection to the infinite, is what creates that experience. It's what brings that desire in the present moment. The only thing that you have to do is make sure that you know that the desire is already yours with 100% conviction. And if you can walk with that knowing, then you have the identity of the version